Ariana Grande entered the world on June 26, 1993, in the vibrant coastal city of Boca Raton, Florida. Her arrival brought joy to her parents, Joan Grande and Edward Butera, who welcomed their only daughter into a family rooted in ambition and creativity. Joan, a New Yorker with a sharp business mind, served as the CEO of Hose McKen Communications, a company that manufactured marine safety equipment. Edward, a graphic designer with a flair for visual storytelling, ran IBI Designs Incorporated, a successful firm in Boca Raton. Their Italian heritage, tracing back to Sicilian and Abruzzese ancestors, instilled a deep sense of family pride and cultural tradition in Ariana's upbringing. She grew up alongside her older half-brother, Frankie Grande, born in 1983 to Joan, and his father from a previous relationship. Frankie, who would later become an actor, producer, and reality TV personality, was a constant source of inspiration and mischief in Ariana's early years. Boca Raton, with its sunny beaches and affluent neighborhoods, provided a comfortable backdrop for Ariana's childhood. The family lived in a spacious home, where Ariana's boundless energy filled the rooms. From as early as age 3, she showed a natural inclination for performance. She would stand in front of the family's television, mimicking characters from shows like Barney or belting out songs she heard on the radio. Her parents noticed her knack for entertaining, often catching her staging impromptu concerts for stuffed animals in her bedroom. Joan, a music lover herself, introduced Ariana to artists like Whitney Houston and Frank Sinatra, whose emotive voices left a lasting impression on the young girl. Ariana's first taste of the spotlight came at age 8, when she performed the Star-Spangled Banner at a Florida Panthers hockey game in 2001. Standing before thousands of fans, her small frame belied the power of her voice, which soared through the arena with clarity and confidence. The crowd's cheers left her beaming, and her parents realized their daughter had something special. This moment wasn't just a performance. It was a spark that ignited her love for singing in front of an audience. She later recalled in a 2013 interview with Rolling Stone how the experience felt like magic, cementing her dream of becoming a performer. Her passion for theater soon took center stage. At age 5, Ariana joined the Fort Lauderdale Children's Theater, a local program that nurtured young talent through musicals and plays. She threw herself into every role, whether it was a munchkin in The Wizard of Oz or a chorus member in Annie. Her directors praised her dedication, noting how she memorized lines and choreography with ease. One standout moment came when she played the lead in Beauty and the Beast at age 9. As Belle, Ariana captivated audiences with her expressive singing and ability to embody the character's warmth. Parents in the audience whispered about the little girl with the big voice, unaware they were witnessing the early days of a future star. School life also shaped Ariana's early years. She attended Pinecrest School, a prestigious private institution in Boca Raton, where she excelled in arts-related activities but found traditional academics less engaging. Her teachers describe her as bright but easily distracted, often doodling song lyrics in the margins of her notebooks. Outside of school, she spent hours practicing vocal exercises, mimicking the runs of Mariah Carey, one of her biggest inspirations. Ariana's bedroom became her sanctuary, decorated with posters of Broadway shows and pop stars, where she'd sing into a hairbrush or record herself on a small karaoke machine her parents bought her. At age 10, Ariana's entrepreneurial spirit emerged when she co-founded Kids Who Care, a youth singing group in Boca Raton. The group performed at local charity events, nursing homes, and community centers, blending music with a mission to give back. Ariana took on a leadership role, organizing rehearsals, and choosing songs that showcased the group's harmonies. In 2007, when she was 14, Kids Who Care raised over $500,000 for local charities, a testament to her ability to rally others around a cause. These performances weren't just about fundraising. They taught Ariana how to connect with an audience and handle the pressure of live shows. She often performed covers of songs like Alicia Keys' If I Ain't Got You, impressing listeners with her ability to hit high notes and infuse each lyric with emotion. Family dynamics played a significant role in Ariana's development. Her parents' separation when she was around 9 was a challenging moment. Joan and Edward remained committed to co-parenting, ensuring Ariana and Frankie felt supported. Joan, in particular, became Ariana's biggest cheerleader, driving her to rehearsals and encouraging her to dream big. Edward, though living separately, stayed involved, designing posters for her theater performances and teaching her about visual aesthetics, which later influenced her music video style. Frankie, 10 years older, was like a second mentor, sharing his love for musical theater and introducing her to shows like Rent and Les Miserables. Their sibling bond grew stronger as they sang duets at home or attended Broadway shows during family trips to New York. Ariana's Italian heritage also left its mark. Family gatherings were filled with homemade pasta, lively debates, and music playing in the background. Her grandmother, Marjorie Grande, affectionately called Nana, was a source of wisdom and humor, often telling stories of her own youth in New York. Ariana later credited Nana's strength and warmth as an influence on her personality and music. Holidays like Christmas and Easter were big events, with Ariana often leading sing-alongs of classic Italian songs or holiday carols. These moments reinforced her love for music as a way to bring people together. By age 12, Ariana's ambitions outgrew Boca Raton. She began performing at more prominent venues, including a memorable appearance at New York City's Berlin Jazz Club, where she sang standards like My Funny Valentine. Her performance caught the eye of a local talent scout, who encouraged her to pursue opportunities in Los Angeles. In 2006, at age 13, Ariana and her mother flew to LA to meet with music managers. The trip was a whirlwind of auditions and meetings, but some executives hesitated, citing her youth and suggesting she come back in a few years. Ariana, undeterred, saw these rejections as motivation. She returned to Florida and started posting cover songs on YouTube, including Adele's Rolling in the Deep and Whitney Houston's I Have Nothing. These videos showcase her vocal range and stage presence, earning thousands of views and catching the attention of industry insiders. Her big break came when Republic Records CEO Monty Lippman saw one of her YouTube covers. Impressed by her raw talent, he reached out to her team, setting the stage for her music career. Around the same time, Ariana auditioned for the Broadway musical 13, a bold move for a 14-year-old with no professional theater experience. The show, written by Jason Robert Brown, was set to debut in 2008, and Ariana's determination and vocal prowess won her the role of Charlotte, a cheerleader in a story about teenage life. Preparing for Broadway meant juggling school, rehearsals, and vocal training, but Ariana thrived under the pressure. She moved to New York temporarily with her mother, immersing herself in the city's theater scene and dreaming of the day she performed on a bigger stage. Ariana's early years were a blend of small-town charm and big city aspirations. Her childhood in Boca Raton, filled with theater productions, charity performances, and family support, gave her the confidence to chase her dreams. The challenges of her parents' separation and early rejections in LA only strengthened her resolve. By the time she stepped onto the Broadway stage, Ariana had already built a foundation of talent, hard work, and resilience. These qualities would carry her into the next phase of her life, where she transitioned from a local talent to a national star on Nickelodeon, setting the stage for her rise as a global pop icon. At age 14, Ariana Grande Butera stood at a crossroads. Her early years in Boca Raton had filled her with dreams of stardom, and her YouTube covers had caught the eye of music executives. But it was her leap into professional theater that opened the door to a national stage. In 2008, Ariana landed a role in the Broadway musical 13, a coming-of-age story about a Jewish teenager navigating life after moving to Indiana. Written by Jason Robert Brown, the musical featured an all-teen cast, a rarity for Broadway. Ariana played Charlotte, a sassy cheerleader with sharp wit. The role demanded not just acting, but singing and dancing, skills she'd honed in local theater productions. She auditioned in New York, nervous but determined, and her powerful vocals and natural charm won over the casting directors. Moving to New York for rehearsals was a big step. Ariana, accompanied by her mother, Joan, lived in a small Manhattan apartment, a far cry from the sunny sprawl of Boca Raton. Rehearsals for 13 were intense, with long days spent learning choreography and perfecting harmonies. Ariana bonded with her co-stars, including future stars like Elizabeth Gillies and Graham Phillips. She admired their talent and soaked up the professional environment, learning how to take direction and adapt to a demanding schedule. The show opened at the Bernard B. Jacobs Theater on October 5, 2008, and ran for 105 performances, though it received mixed reviews. Ariana's performance stood out, earning her a nomination for a National Youth Theater Award. At 15, she was already proving she could hold her own among seasoned performers. The Broadway experience was a crash course in the entertainment industry, but Ariana's sights were set beyond the stage. During her time in 13, she continued posting YouTube covers, including a soulful rendition of Mariah Carey's Emotions that showcased her whistle register. These videos kept her music dreams alive, and her growing online following caught the attention of casting agents. In 2009, Nickelodeon came calling with an opportunity that would change her life, a role in a new sitcom called Victorious. Created by Dan Schneider, the show was set at Hollywood Arts, a fictional performing art high school in Los Angeles. Ariana was cast as Cat Valentine, a quirky, kind-hearted girl with a penchant for random outbursts and a childlike demeanor. The role was a perfect fit for Ariana's bubbly personality and comedic timing. To prepare for Victorious, Ariana moved to Los Angeles, a move that felt both thrilling and daunting. She was 16, leaving behind her Florida roots and her close-knit family. Her mother and brother, Frankie, visited often, offering support as she adjusted to life on a TV set. For the role of Cat, Ariana dyed her hair a vibrant red, a choice made to distinguish her from the mostly brunette cast. The bright color became her signature, though the weekly dyeing process was tough on her hair. Filming began in 2009 and Victorious premiered on March 27, 2010, to 5.7 million viewers, making it one of Nickelodeon's biggest live-action debuts. Ariana's portrayal of Cat was a fan favorite, with her improvised lines like, "What's that supposed to mean?" becoming iconic among viewers. Life on the Victorious set was a whirlwind of fun and hard work. Ariana formed close friendships with co-stars like Victoria Justice, who played the lead, Tori Vega, and Elizabeth Gillies, who played Jade West. Off camera, the cast would prank each other or jam to music between takes. Ariana's musical talent shone through in the show's performances, such as the duet Give It Up with Elizabeth Gillies, which appeared on Victoria's soundtrack in 2011. The song, a sassy pop anthem, reached number 38 on the Billboard Hot Digital Songs chart, giving Ariana her first taste of chart success. She also contributed vocals to other soundtrack songs like LA Boys, showing off her vocal range in a professional studio setting. While Victorious made Ariana a teen idol, she juggled other projects to broaden her experience. In 2011, she voiced Princess Diaspro in Nickelodeon's revival of the animated series Winx Club, bringing her signature energy to the fairy character. That same year, she appeared in Grayson Chance's music video for Unfriend You, playing his ex-girlfriend in a cameo that hinted at her growing star power. Despite her busy schedule, Ariana stayed focused on music. She worked with vocal coach Eric Vetro, a Hollywood veteran who trained stars like Katy Perry. Eric helped her refine her 4-octave range, teaching her to control her whistle notes and add emotional depth to her singing. She dreamed of releasing her own album, but Nickelodeon's demanding schedule made it challenging. In 2011, Ariana's persistence paid off when she signed with Republic Records. The label CEO, Monty Lipman, had been tracking her since her YouTube days and saw her potential as a pop star. She began recording demos in her spare time, balancing studio sessions with Victorious filming. Her debut single, Put Your Hearts Up, was released in December 2011. The bubblegum pop track, with its upbeat message and catchy chorus, was aimed at her young Nickelodeon fan base. However, Ariana later admitted in a 2014 Billboard interview that the song didn't reflect her true style, calling it too cheesy for the R&B sound she wanted to pursue. Still, it was a learning experience, teaching her about the music industry's expectations and her own artistic identity. As Victorious wrapped its third season in 2012, Nickelodeon saw an opportunity to capitalize on Ariana's popularity. They greenlit a spin-off called Sam and Cat, pairing Ariana's Cat Valentine with Jeanette McCurdy's Sam Puckett from iCarly. The show, which premiered on June 8, 2013, followed the odd couple duo as they started a babysitting business. Ariana loved reprising Kat, but the production faced challenges, including reported tensions between the leads and creative differences with the network. The show aired 35 episodes before its cancellation in July 2014, partly due to scheduling conflicts and behind-the-scenes issues. Despite its short run, Sam and Kat drew millions of viewers and kept Ariana in the spotlight, with episodes averaging 4.8 million viewers. During the Sam and Kat era, Ariana's music career began to take shape. She recorded covers for YouTube, including a stunning version of Frank Ocean's Thinkin' 'Bout You, which went viral and showcased her vocal maturity. She also collaborated with producer Tommy Brown on early tracks, laying the groundwork for her debut album. Her Nickelodeon years were a balancing act, playing the goofy Cat Valentine by day while recording soulful music by night. The contrast between her TV persona and her musical ambitions pushed her to work harder, determined to prove she was more than a teen star. By the end of 2013, Ariana was ready to step out of Cat Valentine's shadow. Her time on Victorious and Sam and Cat had built a massive fan base, known as Arianators, who followed her every move on social media. She had also learned the ins and outs of the entertainment industry, from handling long shooting days to navigating media interviews. Her Broadway experience had given her discipline, but Nickelodeon gave her fame. As she prepared to release her debut album, Yours Truly, Ariana carried with her the lessons of her teen years: resilience, adaptability, and a fierce commitment to her music. These years were the bridge between her childhood dreams and her rise as a global pop star, setting the stage for the next chapter of her extraordinary career. By 2013, Ariana Grande was ready to shed her Nickelodeon persona and step into the music world. At 20 years old, she had already conquered Broadway and teen television, but her heart was set on becoming a pop star. Her early YouTube covers and the bubblegum pop single Put Your Hearts Up had been stepping stones, but they didn't fully capture the soulful R&B-infused sound she envisioned. Signed with Republic Records, Ariana began working on her debut album, Yours Truly, a project that would introduce her true voice to the world. She collaborated with producers like Babyface and Harmony Samuels, drawing inspiration from 1990s R&B and 1950s doo-wop, genres she loved growing up. The recording process was a whirlwind, squeezed between Sam and Kat filming schedules in Los Angeles. Ariana often spent late nights in the studio, perfecting tracks that showcase her 4-octave vocal range. Yours Truly was released on August 30th, 2013, and it was a game changer. The album debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200, selling 138,000 copies in its first week. Its lead single, The Way, featuring rapper Mac Miller, became an instant hit, peaking at #9 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song's upbeat melody and Ariana's soaring vocals, paired with Mac's smooth verses, captured the attention of radio stations and fans alike. Critics praised her vocal control, with some calling her the next Mariah Carey for her whistle notes in tracks like Honeymoon Avenue. The album's second single, Baby I, and third, Right There with Big Sean, further showcased her versatility, blending pop with hip-hop influences. Winning the 2013 American Music Award for New Artist of the Year, Ariana felt validated, but she knew this was just the beginning. In 2014, Ariana dove into her second album, My Everything, determined to push her sound further. She worked with producers like Max Martin and Ryan Tedder, experimenting with EDM, dance pop, and R&B. Released on August 25, 2014, the album debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200, selling 169,000 copies in its first week. The lead single, Problem, featuring Iggy Azalea, was a global smash, reaching #2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and topping charts in the UK. Its catchy saxophone riff and Ariana's confident delivery made it a summer anthem. Follow-up singles Break Free, with Zed and Bang Bang, with Jessie J and Nicki Minaj, cemented her status as a pop powerhouse. Bang Bang earned a Grammy nomination, and Ariana's 2014 MTV Video Music Award performance of the song was a showstopper, with her belting high notes in a sparkly outfit. To promote My Everything, Ariana embarked on her first world tour, the Honeymoon Tour, in 2015. Kicking off in Independence, Missouri, The tour spanned North America, Europe, and Asia, with 88 shows that drew over 800,000 fans. She performed in arenas for the first time, dazzling audiences with elaborate sets, costume changes, and a giant chandelier stage prop. Behind the scenes, she faced challenges, including vocal strain from back-to-back shows. Her vocal coach, Eric Vetro, traveled with her, helping her maintain her voice through rigorous warm-ups. The tour grossed over $40 million, proving Ariana could command a global stage. She also made headlines for her personal moments, like her brief romance with Big Sean, which inspired tabloid buzz but didn't distract her from her music. In 2016, Ariana released her third album, Dangerous Woman, a bold step toward a more mature sound. She took greater creative control, co-writing several tracks and working with producers like Tommy Brown. The album, released on May 20th, 2016, debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200, just behind Drake's Views. Its title track, Dangerous Woman, was a sultry anthem that peaked at number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100, showcasing Ariana's confidence and vocal power. Other singles like Into You and Side to Side, featuring Nicki Minaj, became club hits, with the latter's cheeky music video racking up millions of views. Ariana's appearance on Saturday Night Live as both host and musical guest in 2016 highlighted her charisma, as she performed skits and sang flawlessly. The Dangerous Woman Tour, launched in February 2017, was her most ambitious yet, with plans for 75 shows worldwide. Ariana poured her heart into performances, incorporating a treadmill runway and stunning visuals. But on May 22, 2017, tragedy struck during her concert at Manchester Arena in England. A suicide bombing killed 22 people and injured over 500, shaking Ariana and her team to the core. She paused the tour, returning to Florida to process the grief. Determined to help, she organized a One Love Manchester benefit concert on June 4th, 2017, just 2 weeks later. Joined by artists like Justin Bieber and Coldplay, Ariana performed emotional renditions of My Everything and Somewhere Over the Rainbow, raising over $23 million for victims' families. Her courage earned her the title of Honorary Citizen of Manchester and global admiration. This period marked Ariana's rise from a teen star to a global icon. Yours truly introduced her voice. My Everything expanded her reach, and Dangerous Woman showed her depth. The Manchester tragedy tested her resilience, but her response revealed her strength and compassion. As she moved forward, Ariana channeled these experiences into her music, setting the stage for even more personal and groundbreaking work in the years to come. After the Manchester bombing in May 2017, Ariana Grande faced a turning point. At 24, she was a global pop star, but the tragedy left her grappling with grief and anxiety. She returned to the studio with a new sense of purpose, determined to channel her emotions into music that was raw, honest, and healing. Her fourth album, Sweetener, released on August 17, 2018, marked a shift toward vulnerability. Working closely with producer Pharrell Williams and longtime collaborator Tommy Brown, Ariana crafted a sound that blended pop, R&B, and trap influences. The album's lead single, No Tears Left to Cry, was a triumphant anthem of resilience, debuting at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. Its music video, with its surreal imagery of Ariana climbing through a dreamlike world, symbolized her journey through trauma. Sweetener debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200, selling 231,000 units in its first week. Songs like God is a Woman and Breathin' became fan favorites, with the former celebrating female empowerment and the latter addressing her struggles with anxiety. Ariana wrote Breathin' after experiencing panic attacks, using the song to remind herself and fans to just keep breathing. The album earned her first Grammy win for Best Pop Vocal Album in 2019, a milestone that validated her artistic growth. To connect with fans, she held intimate Sweetener sessions in cities like Los Angeles and Chicago, performing acoustic sets and answering questions. These shows, attended by just a few hundred fans each, showed her desire to stay grounded despite her fame. In late 2018, Ariana faced another personal blow with the death of her ex-boyfriend, rapper Mac Miller, from an accidental overdose. The The loss hit her hard, as their relationship had been a significant part of her life. She poured her grief into her fifth album, Thank You, Next, released on February 8th, 2019, just 6 months after Sweetener. The album was a cultural phenomenon, breaking streaming records with 360 million streams in its first week. Its title track, Thank You, Next, was a bold reflection on her past relationships, name-dropping exes like Mac Miller and Pete Davidson with gratitude rather than bitterness. The song topped the Billboard Hot 100 for 7 weeks, and its music video, inspired by rom-coms like Mean Girls and Legally Blonde, garnered 55 million views in its first day. The album's second single, 7 Rings, was a trap-pop banger inspired by a shopping spree with friends at Tiffany & Company. It debuted at number 1, and Ariana made history as the first solo artist to occupy the top 3 spots on the Billboard Hot 100 with 7 Rings, Break Up With Your Girlfriend, I'm Bored, and Thank You, Next. The Thank You, Next era was a high point, with Ariana headlining Coachella in April 2019 as the youngest headliner ever at 25. Her performance, featuring guest appearances by NSYNC and Nicki Minaj, drew massive crowds and praise for her vocal stamina. Ariana's personal life was under intense scrutiny during this time. Her engagement to comedian Pete Davidson in 2018, followed by their breakup months later, fueled tabloid headlines. She also navigated her mental health, openly discussing her PTSD from the Manchester attack in interviews with Vogue and Beats One. She advocated for therapy, sharing how it helped her cope and encouraged fans to seek support. Her openness resonated with millions, making her a voice for mental health awareness. She also supported causes like animal rights, partnering with organizations like PETA, and used her platform to promote voter registration during the 2018 U.S. midterms. Beyond music, Ariana expanded her empire with entrepreneurial ventures. In 2019, she launched her fragrance line, starting with Cloud, which became a bestseller, contributing to her perfume empire's $1 billion in global sales. She also began developing REM Beauty, a cosmetics brand that would launch in 2021, inspired by her love for makeup and her signature cat-eye look. Her social media presence grew, with over 200 million Instagram followers by 2019, making her one of the most followed celebrities. She used her platform thoughtfully, sharing messages of self-love and resilience while engaging with fans through live Q&As. The Sweetener World Tour, launched in March 2019, was a testament to Ariana's evolution. Spanning 97 shows across North America and Europe, it grossed over $146 million. The tour's minimalist stage design, featuring a glowing orb and projections of the cosmos, reflected the dreamy aesthetic of Sweetener and Thank You, Next. Ariana performed with raw emotion, often tearing up during songs like Ghostin', a tribute to Mac Miller. She also invited young fans on stage, creating memorable moments that went viral. Despite exhaustion from the grueling schedule, she pushed through, driven by her connection with her audience. By 2020, Ariana was preparing her 6th album, Positions, released on October 30th. The album explored themes of love and intimacy, inspired by her budding relationship with Dalton Gomez, a real estate agent she'd later marry. The title track, Positions, debuted at number 1, and 34 Plus 35 became a cheeky fan favorite. Collaborations with The Weeknd and Doja Cat added depth to the record, which debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200. In 2021, Ariana joined The Voice as a coach, mentoring aspiring singers with her warmth and expertise. Her business savvy and artistic growth during this period showed a woman coming into her own, balancing fame with authenticity. The challenges of loss and public scrutiny had shaped her, but her music and advocacy revealed a star who was stronger than ever, ready to take on new creative horizons. By 2021, Ariana Grande had solidified her place as a pop music titan, but her heart pulled her back to her roots in acting and musical theater. At 28, she was ready to blend her past with her present, taking on new challenges while continuing to shape pop culture. Her first step was a role in the star-studded Netflix film Don't Look Up, released in December 2021. Playing Riley Bina, a pop star caught in a satirical tale about a comet threatening Earth, Ariana showed she could hold her own alongside Leonardo DiCaprio and Meryl Streep. Her comedic timing and a catchy original song, Just Look Up, performed with Kid Cudi, earned praise, reminding fans of her acting chops from her Nickelodeon days. The real triumph came with her casting as Glinda in the film adaptation Wicked, directed by John M. Chu. Announced in November 2021, the role was a dream come true for Ariana, who had idolized the Broadway musical since her childhood theater days. To prepare, she trained intensely with vocal coach Eric Vetro and movement coaches, refining her singing and dance to embody the bubbly yet complex Glinda. Filming began in 2022, with Ariana starring opposite Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba. The production was a massive undertaking, with elaborate sets recreating Oz's Emerald City and Shiz University. Ariana immersed herself in the role, dyed her hair blonde and perfecting Glinda's signature giggle. When Wicked hit theaters on November 22, 2024, it was a cultural event, grossing over $457 million worldwide and becoming the highest-grossing Broadway adaptation in U.S. box office history. Ariana's performance earned her a 2025 Golden Globe nomination for Best Supporting Actress and an Oscar nomination, a testament to her ability to shine as a triple threat singer, actor, and dancer. While filming Wicked, Ariana released her 7th album, Eternal Sunshine, on March 8, 2024. Inspired by the 2004 film Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, the album explored themes of love, loss, and self-discovery, reflecting her 2023 divorce from Dalton Gomez. Working with producers Max Martin and Ilya Salmanzada, she crafted a dreamy pop sound with dance and R&B elements. The lead single, Yes and, debuted at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, its empowering message and infectious beat resonating with fans. The follow-up, We Can't Be Friends, Wait for Your Love, also topped the charts, with a music video that paid homage to the film's memory-erasing concept. Collaborations with Mariah Carey on a Yes and remix and Troye Sivan on Supernatural showcase her ability to bridge generations and genres. The album debuted at #1, selling 227,000 units in its first week. Ariana's global influence soared during this period. In April 2024, she headlined Coachella for the second time, delivering a set that blended Wicked songs like Popular with hits like Into You. Her performance at the 2024 Met Gala, themed The Garden of Time, featured a medley of her songs and a surprise duet with Cynthia Erivo, earning a standing ovation. She also performed at the 2025 Academy Awards, singing Defying Gravity from Wicked, a moment that went viral for its emotional intensity. Her 37 Guinness World Records, including most streamed artist on Spotify, underscored her dominance. Recognized by Time as one of the 100 most influential people in 2024, Ariana was praised for her authenticity and impact. Beyond her art, Ariana continued her philanthropy. She donated proceeds from her Wicked premiere to the Manchester Foundation, honoring victims of the 2017 bombing. She partnered with mental health organizations like BetterHelp, offering free therapy sessions to fans, and supported LGBTQ+ causes through her Protect and Defend Trans Youth Fund. Her REM beauty brand expanded, launching new products like vegan lipsticks, and her fragrance line added Moonlight Glow, boosting her business empire's $1.2 billion valuation. Social media kept her connected to her 400 million Instagram followers, where she shared behind-the-scenes Wicked moments and messages of gratitude. Looking ahead, Ariana prepared for Wicked, for good, set for release in November 2025, and hinted at a 2026 world tour. Rumors swirled about a role in a Meet the Parents reboot, though she remained focused on music and acting. Her journey from a Florida theater kid to a global icon was complete, yet she continued to evolve. Ariana's ability to balance vulnerability with strength, artistry with advocacy, made her a defining figure of her generation, leaving a legacy that inspired millions to chase their dreams with courage and heart.